Hello, I'm Jason Arnold with Red Kite Games, and we are introducing this game to the world. It's called Idavoll. This is the story of a city, a steampunk city in a Nordic place, and it's having a lot of turmoil right now. These are my friends Ben and Nadia, and we're just going to go through a turn so that you can kind of see what the game is about. The game itself, we have 5 factions that are competing asymmetrically in a game that is both competitive and cooperative. You can think about it as being Scythe meets Pandemic. The real hook to this game is it is truly semi-cooperative. There are incentives for the players to be cooperative, and ultimately though, there's one winner. There are 2 ways to win this game. One way is for an individual to receive 10 reputation points. The other way is, which is more common, is for the faction that the player is playing with achieve victory criteria that are listed up here. The city has a certain amount of status in different areas: mood, order, tax, trade, and wealth. The things that the players do, events and scenarios, will affect these things and allow a faction win. But for now, this is our very first plunge playtest. We've got all the different components of the game. In addition to the miniatures that you see here, which are headquarters for the different factions, vehicles, etc., we also have these decks. Event decks, which are events that are happening in the city. Player decks, player cards, which compose the player decks, which they draw hands off and play. Market is different items that are purchased at these markets. And the backfire card, which is if you ever fail a challenge, then you have to go get the bad stuff out of the backfire card. So in this, we've just completed 1 round. Like I said, this is our plunge playtest, so this is the first time we're playing. And each player now, we play simultaneously by picking a card that we're going to use for this turn. I'm playing 2 factions. This is the cartel, which is the criminal organization. These are the rebels, which are trying to defeat the royals. This is the Queen's Guard, which are supporting the Queen. This is the regent, which is trying to take over from the Queen. And then this is the guild merchants, and this is the guild hall right here. We're all trying to fulfill a scenario that is unique to each of us. As I said, this is an asymmetrical game, and the factions have unique criteria that they're doing. The game is played with 5 chapters where there's different scenarios for each faction in each chapter. So we will play these 5 chapters, each faction playing a different scenario, and then the game ends. So 3 ways the game ends: somebody gets 10 reputation, somebody gets the criteria for their faction that needs to win, or we just run out of time. So we are beginning with the first player here. That is the cartel. I've already drawn my hand and selected a card that I'm going to use. This card right here, I can choose 2 different things on this card. I can choose the action for the card, or I can do what's on the face of the card. In this case, that would be doing a job, which would require power. This job is extortion. We are a criminal organization after all. But I don't want to do that. I'm going to use this, which is the draw symbol, and that allows me to draw anything from where I'm at. I can draw an event card, I can draw a player card, I could draw a player card from my deck. But I want a new player card because I need more stuff in my deck. So I'm going to draw this card. It's an apprentice card that gives me this ability. And I'm going to place it in my discard because I'm just drawing it. And that's the end of my turn for the cartel. We also have currency here to purchase things. Now it's my turn for Amani, who she is with, that was the rebels. This is the cartel. So now I'm going to play the one that I picked, which is another wild card. And for this wild card, she's going to move. So this is my character, and I get 2 movement, so I move her twice. And that's all I'm going to do for her turn. Now it goes to Dan, and he's playing the Queen's Guard.
So for the Queen's Guard, I decided to do the work action because in the last turn I had set myself up to be in the spot for this event.
This is the event here.
And then I'm going to do the event that I can choose which side of the event I want to do. Queen's Guard, they want the mood in the city to go up, so I'm going to choose this left one, which is detain. This is a block sweep, and I'm detaining somebody. So I have to meet this challenge, which means I have to roll greater than a 5 for power. And this game has 10-sided dice right here. So I'm going to roll here. 4, I do not make it. Now I would be able to up this with power, but I don't actually have any chips for that. So that's it, and I just failed that attempt. So I'll try it again later. So that was my turn with
But
Queen's
you have
Guard.
bad stuff to do.
Well, that's right. So because I failed, something bad happens now. Squeaky new boots. So I get to choose one of the punishments, top or bottom here. So I can either lose a reputation and a stealth, or I can lose four coins and then one of my base salary coins. So that's pretty expensive there. I don't have any reputation to lose with these people, with this faction. So I'm gonna have to take a huge hit to my stockpile of money here.
Back to the bank.
So there you go. And then this gets shuffled back into the mishaps, or
Yes.
what do you call this?
Backfire.
Backfire. So the backfires get shuffled every time something bad happens. So now I'm gonna move on to the nobles. So the nobles are gonna use this is a wild card, so I'm gonna use it to, again, work this job. And this one correlates with this color. Again, the wealth, I want the wealth to go up.
They need a vehicle for that one.
And I need a vehicle for this one, which I bought last round. So now I need the same challenge over here to get greater than a 5. We'll try this. Hopefully better luck. Nope. 2 fails back to back. That's all right. It happens sometimes. So now again, something bad will happen. I did not shuffle that well at all. That's the same card. We're gonna mulligan that one. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Just for some fun here. But you had the keys. Okay. So I can lose a reputation and a movement, or 4 coins, which I cannot lose the 4 coins. So the mechanism we have in this game is if you can ever not satisfy one of the negatives, you lose your health. So I have 3 health, so I'm gonna instead lose my health for this bottom piece here. So I put that back in.
You're
the
gonna shuffle
pile.
better this time, so you don't end up
Yes.
with the same one.
Everyone needs to shuffle better. And then Nadia's turn with the guild.
And I'm gonna play this card, and then I'm gonna make 2 movements.
And that sets her up to do the event maybe next turn. So that is a complete round. There's a lot that can't be seen in just this minimum amount of play. There's a lot of player interaction. Each one of these scenarios can be chosen to be a joint mission where the players can interact with each other, and if their victory criteria match, it may be in their mutual interest to play together to do this scenario. If that's the case, they both have to do their scenario items, they have an additional thing to do, but then they get double the benefits if they win. So instead of getting 1 reputation and going up 1 level, they'll go up 2. So it's a very powerful incentive to do a joint mission, but then again, if either one of them doesn't fulfill their scenario challenges, then that means both of them fail. So you could end up doing your scenario and then you could end up failing just the same. So the other thing is that any of these actions that you do, you can always trade. So for example, he wanted re-rolls or additional tokens. We could have traded for that. So a lot of player interaction. The hook here is competitive, but also cooperative. I hope you'll consider Idavoll. Thank you for your attention. I'm again Jason Arnold, Red Kite Games, and hope to see you in Boston. Thank you.